Hi, Ashwin.
How are you?
Again, I'm ambushing you on a weekend. Tomorrow is Wesak Day and Monday is a public holiday here and in Singapore. So thank you for being with me during your break.
My pleasure.
I had to ask you a question because last week, it was Wednesday, I believe, that Bank Negara Malaysia raised interest rates by 25 points. And it happened rather unexpectedly. I believe it's due to some pressure caused by the US and other European markets raising interest rates. But however, the point that I'm trying to make is that although we did it, it didn't work to save the value of the ringgit, which kept dropping its value. Would you comment, please?
Yes, Chelsea, we was very surprised of Bank Negara raising interest rate by 25 points suddenly on Wednesday. And we actually knew why. Because prior to the raising of that interest rate, the ringgit has been dropping every single day to new 52-week lows. So if I'm a central bank, I will say, okay, let's arrest for the ringgit and raise it by 25 points. But however, to us, this is just a cosmetic rate hike. Let me explain why. In order for you to arrest the decline of the ringgit, the new norm is at least 50 points, if not higher, 50 to 100 points. So 25 points will not cut it. That is why after the rate hike, the ringgit still dropped to new 52-week lows on Thursday and Friday.
Right.
So because the new ball game after all this QE is at least 50, if not more. Okay, so 25 points, like I said, will not cut it. But one form of relief to borrowers is that Bank Negara's governor did hint that they will have to recalibrate monetary policy because they do not want to raise interest rates aggressively. From here, reading between the lines, we can safely say that Negara will not raise interest rates by more than 50, maximum. 25, 25, and maybe the second hike, maybe in the next few months, but not more than that. They will not go 50 to 100 like other countries.
It's quite alarming for Malaysians because the value of our ringgit is dropping, the price of our loans is increasing, and we don't know when it's going to bottom out. So, is there a money-making opportunity in this situation?
Before I answer that question, I think viewers will remember on the same video, our video channel on YouTube, in November last year, we said that there's an arbitrage opportunity because Singapore will raise interest rates faster than Malaysia.
Definitely.
I would like to bring this to your attention, our viewers. Can you see what's happening? Now, Malaysia has not raised interest rates aggressively and now has already picked up 25 points, while Singapore, by the end of this year, I think will be at least 25 to 50 points. And this is all coming true. And before I talk about how Malaysians can make money, one thing surprised me most this week is when Bank Negara said it is not in their interest or interest of the country for them to peg the ringgit back to the US dollar again. Now, this surprised us because during Mahathir's time, when the ringgit was pegged to 380 to the US dollar, your country's economy benefited a lot from this move. So we don't understand why they do not want to peg the ringgit again against the US dollar, because that will help a lot. That would help a lot because once your ringgit is pegged and the whole world is raising interest rates, at least you don't have the pressure to raise interest rates together with the whole world because your ringgit is pegged.
I know it was a different era during Tun Mahathir's time, and of course you might not be aware. Yes, and of course you might not be aware that we have impending elections coming this year.
I will not go into politics, of course.
Yeah, I think our government is considering everyone, especially the men in the streets.
Yes. Having said that, when you say man in the streets, that is why, to me, it is good for the man in the street, actually, in my opinion, if the ringgit were pegged, especially in this current rising interest rate environment.
Yes, but you said yourself that Bank Negara has already said no, it will not.
Yes. So
Yes.
that has taken me by surprise, actually.
Yeah. So yours is surprise, ours is consternation, concern for our dwindling ringgit. So, I guess I will encourage our viewers to go back and watch our video
Yes.
on the ringgit arbitrage.
Yes. Now, I know what you're going to ask me now, and how can we, like you said, how can we benefit from this?
Yes.
Now, the ringgit, whether you like it or not, Tessie, will weaken further. I know first quarter growth has just been printed at 5%. I know. At the same time, let me bring this to our viewers' attention. Philippines' first quarter growth was 8.3%.
Yes.
Malaysia is 5%.
And they have a new president.
Yes, Bongbong, which is Marcos' son. So you see, before you rest on your laurels, 5% is not fantastic. Singapore will do better than 5. They will do maybe 6.5. Okay.
You can see why I've engaged you today, because of my concern for the dwindling ringgit and the interest rate scenario across the world.
I want our viewers to understand that we are not anti-Malaysian, anti any country. We are acting in the best interest of our clients. So when we point the shortcomings, it's not because to look down on a country, no. So we point the shortcomings to say, how should investors react because of these shortcomings, which I'm coming to this now. So because of Malaysia's shortcomings, ringgit is weak, interest rate is only 25 points up. Ringgit is not going to be reacting to the higher interest rate, so-called. And then now you got your economic growth at 5% a quarter, where Philippines is doing 8.3%. So how can you, as Malaysians, make money, right? So you should diversify. You must diversify into the assets of countries that have stronger currency and higher interest rate. I've said this before. I've said this before in my previous videos. I say it again.
So somebody asked me, they have a few properties, and the housing agents, of course, are saying the property market is soft, don't sell now. But the ringgit being a dwindling asset, a depreciating asset, perhaps people with landed property should consider selling and then buying the US dollar?
Not exactly buying the US dollar. They can do so many things. They can, like I said, they can buy the assets of countries where the currency is more stable and the interest rates are higher.
Right.
And having talked about property, I've always advised my clients, do not buy properties in currencies that are weak. You may think I'm talking nonsense, but you see, in currencies that are weak, when you buy a property, you are losing 3 to 5% automatically because of FX risk. And this is the choice for Malaysia. Look at Singapore. Property market is strong because of Chinese money. Yes, $20 million, $8 million per condo people are spending. But what is more important is the Sing dollar is very stable.
Yes.
That is why all the money is coming to Singapore, because your currency is stable. So I always tell our clients in my investment lectures, once a currency is stable to strong, everything else will fall into place by itself.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Look at Singapore. Dollar is strong. And recently the Sing against the ringgit has went up to 318. But in our opinion, in the last 3 days, I think MAS is trying to weaken the ringgit, weaken the Sing against the ringgit, because it dropped below 315.
Yes.
Because they don't want the Sing to be too strong against the ringgit.
Yes.
So you can see where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Property is good, but in what kind of dynamic?
So we have to be, we have to take a helicopter view of our situation as Malaysians, because our ringgit is a depreciating asset. We have to plan and we have to diversify.
Yes, correct.
The other thing I needed to ask you was, I received a newsletter from your Algo Ideas series, where you said even though there is this stock markets that are dropping, you still encourage people to buy. Can you say more?
Yes, this is a very interesting piece of data we received. All of you know, the stock market has been dropping all the way. NASDAQ erased all the gains of this year. S&P is down to 4,000. okay, support level. Everything happened because of the market's fear of higher interest rates. But we also have said in our previous videos that a Microsoft is a Microsoft, an Apple is an Apple. They don't care about higher interest rates. But when volatility strikes, like we have seen in the last 2 months or 1 month, when volatility strikes, even a good stock like Microsoft or Apple can come down. Apple is now below 150, very yummy. I'm giving you a free tip now. Apple below 150 is very yummy. Microsoft below 265 is super yummy. Why I say super yummy? Because when it comes to these kind of $1 trillion market cap companies, higher interest rates don't matter actually. They don't matter. So having said that, it comes to us no surprise, but let me give you the statistics. On Thursday, 5th of May, I want everyone to listen to this. When the S&P 500 tumbled 3.6%, individual investors bought a net total of nearly 2.6 billion of stocks and ETFs on 5th of May. Okay, a one-day record according to Vanda Research. This surprised us this week. That's why I sent the letter to you. And I will tell viewers later on how to subscribe for our free newsletter where we give you all these facts. From time to time, we give you interesting facts. Okay. Now,
so it's not to be afraid of volatility, but to keep on doing what you keep on saying, which is buy good names.
In my previous videos, I've already said, I said, even though the market drops, buy quality, right? Please go to our YouTube channel later. And we have said in our previous videos, buy quality. Don't be afraid, buy quality. A Microsoft is a Microsoft. An Apple is an Apple. I will give you a free tip at the end of this video. Please stick with me and you will not regret it because 6 months from now, you'll come kissing my feet.
So when the markets are depressed like this, is a great time to buy good names, isn't it?
Yes. Let me elaborate further. In the month of March alone, individual investors bought about 28 billion of US listed stocks and ETFs on a net basis. Are you listening? 28 billion in March alone while the market was dropping. The total amount after subtracting the amount sold is the largest monthly sum on record in March. Okay, according to Vanda Research. And they bought, listen to this, they bought another 24.4 billion of stocks in April. In April.
So they really know what they're doing.
That is why I always say, we have an algo with all this data mining. We look at the view, helicopter view from the top, while the masses are sitting down there panicking. Market drop 500 points, market drop 1,000 points, because the market has been very choppy. It'll drop 1,000 points. Next day, it will go up 900 points. The following day, it will drop another 1,000 points. It has been like that on market. But when you go to helicopter view, in this crazy drop, one day up, one day down, what are people actually doing? That is
so the moral of the story is stick to professionals.
Yes. Because people think I can do it myself. Why should I pay you? Okay, bye. You can go ahead. I give you one challenge. How do you trade this kind of market? Now, let me tell you how we trade this kind of market for our high-level individuals. We buy quality stocks for the medium to long term. When I say medium to long term means 6 months to 1 year. Because we know 6 months to 1 year from now, the market will stabilize. So the short term, there's a volatility, right? 1,000 points up, 1,000 points down. So you know what we do? I'm giving you my secret now. Medium to long term, we buy quality names like Microsoft, like Apple, okay? But the short term, when the market is whipsaw, what we call whipsaw, up, down, up, down, up, down, we buy the US dollar. So can you see, Tessie? In the short term, your stock's going to lose money because of the daily volatility. So what you do, you buy the US dollar. When stocks go down, listen to this very carefully. When stocks go down, US dollar goes up. Can you see our tactic? And then medium to long term, 6 months to 1 year, that same quality name will go up, Microsoft, Apple, whatever. So you make money on that. When market stabilizes, you release your dollar hedge, and then you make money on stocks. While stocks are going down, you buy the US dollar, you protect your paper loss.
So that's considered a hedge.
Yes, but
you have to, program.
There's one caveat here. You have to have enough money for a hedge. And for a hedge, at least 200,000 US dollars.
Well, so, that's not too bad, considering that banks start at 5 million.
See, why we said 200,000? Because 100,000 for stocks and anything else you're going to buy, and 100,000 for US dollar hedging. Very fair. Very fair.
Yeah,
But you say,
yeah.
if you say I only got 50 to 100,000, then you don't have enough money to do a hedge.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing.
Then you play it safer, smaller,
Yeah.
slower.
So you see, that's how we make money.
Mm.
And I tell you now for our viewers, if you
Mm.
can wait 6 months to 1 year, Apple and Microsoft are undervalued. To be exact, right now, as of last Friday, as of yesterday, yesterday was Friday, Microsoft is at least 30% undervalued. Free tip for you.
That's the
Free
upside,
tip for
huh?
you. Microsoft is 30% undervalued as of Friday, 13th of May.
But as a Malaysian, I want you to say one last word on what we should do, what's best for us to do given the depreciating ringgit.
Please convert your excess ringgit into, number one, US dollars. Number two, it depends on your commitments. The Aussie will strengthen because there'll be further rate hikes. It depends on your commitments in Australia. I don't know how it is. But immediately, the focus is on the US dollar. If you have any excess ringgit, it's better to convert it into US dollar right now. Okay? And then, depends on your commitments, depends on your financial commitments. It's good to buy, like I said, the assets of countries with stabler currencies and higher interest rates. Because you see, I understand where the sympathy is coming from, but as an investor, you have to look at the global arena, what's happening. You can't just sit the frog in a pond and say, I'm only going to listen to Malaysia and what's happening here. You can't do that.
This is my intention for creating this channel, for training retail investors to think more professionally.
Think global. Think global. Don't think only local. Don't do that.
And to get connected with professionals like yourself, so that we can do this properly.
And like I've always said, the market's come down quite a lot. The volatility is crazy. At the end of the day, ask yourself just one question as you panic, or if you want to panic. What kind of company, what kind of business are you investing in? I don't give, it doesn't matter if the market comes down 1,000 points or 900 points or whatever. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, what are you buying? And one bad habit of Asian investors, I must say this, they love to buy penny stocks in times like this. No, we do not trade in penny stocks. We do not.
Yeah. So this is the other exercise of stepping back and taking the helicopter view, working with professionals, and taking a longer term view rather than
and please stick to blue chips. Please stick to blue chips. Don't take unwarranted risks. Don't do that.
Thank you so much for today, Ashwin. How do we contact you?
Yes, and I want to also tell viewers about our free Algo Research Ideas newsletter. All you have to do is come to bit.ly/Algo Trader. You'll be connected to our WhatsApp and give us your email address, and we will send you. We have an Algo Research Ideas newsletter being sent out every single day. And this is totally free of charge because we want to educate everyone free of charge.
Thank you so much.
And that Research Ideas newsletter will open your mind to say, wow, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. And you can contact me at ashwin@ppchk.net. And if you want to talk about joining our investment program, contact us at, again, bit.ly/Algo Trader.
Thank you so much, Ashwin. I will encourage everyone to go to your YouTube channel to watch the arbitrage video. What's that title again? The
address of the channel is bit.ly/Algo Wealth for YouTube. And there's a video there that says Singapore, Malaysia arbitrage opportunity.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashwin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you again.
Bye.